Dog Mom podcast. This week we have someone really special join the podcast. This is Mahsa. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about PawCo Foods?
Definitely. First of all, thank you for having me here. My name is Mahsa Vazin. I'm the founder and CEO of PawCo Foods. As far as my background, I did my PhD in nanoscience, and I was one of the early scientists at Impossible Foods, and that's where I got inspired to work on, formulation, plant-based food, and all of that. And when I adopted my dog, his name is also PawCo. I started thinking more about the pet industry and pet food and started PawCo Foods.
Yeah, and what was kind of the catalyst for you to start PawCo Foods? Was it when you were feeding PawCo or you were looking for a food for him? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So while I was working at Impossible Food, I was really working in the alternative protein space. And I realized while there's been so much momentum around rethinking and reshaping the human food system, pet food industry was being left behind. So when I adopted my dog, my beloved son, I started thinking about what he eats every single day. And I wanted to bring the same level of innovation and purpose to the pet food, and started basically creating all of these sustainable, smartest food ever, which are the next generation of pet food.
Yeah, was it kind of difficult for you to transition from, you know, making food for humans versus making food for dogs? Or did you feel like that was an easy transition for you?
I think in general, like thinking about like how we can use that technology as a powerful tool to, transfer the food system. Doesn't matter if we are creating that for human or for our lovely pets. It's the same concept. Definitely, we need to work on the taste, the nutrition part differently. But in general, like thinking about how we can create the healthy, sustainable food, it's almost the same concept.
Right. Yeah. And I think a lot of us, like me, I too, like sometimes I like to cook my own food for my dogs, especially when they're sick. Just this week, my senior dog, he's 16 years old, and
Oh,
he had a fall and like hurt his shoulder. He had a little cut we're just trying to keep it not infected. And I think once my dog gets sick, like that maternal instinct comes out and I'm like scrambling. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a little pumpkin in his food to help with this, a little turmeric, a little
yeah.
this. And I just feel like that makes him feel better. I don't know if it does, but it makes me feel better. Like I'm actually doing something to heal my pet. So it's really cool for you to be putting in that effort for our dogs.
Yeah, definitely. Like really what we see is that a lot of pet owners, they've been really educated a lot these days. They really do research about like the ingredients that goes into their pet food, their dog food. And that's great because, it shows that there is even more demand for innovation, and that, makes us to feel like, okay, now we need to really be innovative, really bring those functional ingredients, functional products to the market, because there's a huge demand for that.
Right. I think we've all been taught now to look at the nutrition label and
Yeah,
to look at kind of like the first maybe five ingredients. We've
yeah,
as like a pet food outsider, in the pet industry still, but still in pet, to look at the first maybe five ingredients because that's probably 90, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe 90% of the ingredients is kind of like the top five. So we try to get things that have no meat byproduct, or like chicken meal, I hear is not good. But as a consumer, I can only learn so much from what the media is telling me. So
yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And the pet food labeling can be a little confusing, and in general, meat doesn't really mean anything. Like a lot of food manufacturing, pet food manufacturing, are using not very high quality ingredient, not high quality meat for their product, and it's unfortunate. But our goal at PawCo Foods is to really bring a lot of innovation, use a lot of high quality ingredient, human grade, non GMO for our product and our food.
Oh, interesting. Are there different regulations on the labels for human food and dog food, or are these kind of similar?
For pet food, it's AFCO that sets all the requirements, and companies like us, we work with board certified animal nutritionists to formulate our recipes to exceed AFCO's requirement. But when it comes to choosing the ingredient, it's unfortunate, but not all the companies are using the high quality ingredient. Like we see a lot of byproducts, a lot of fillers, a lot of artificial ingredients goes to pet food, and that was actually the moment when I did the research. I was like, why we don't have a food option for our lovely pets that is it has a clean label, it has high quality ingredient, science back, and that was the moment I wanted to start PawCo Foods.
Yeah, because I think, you see the tasty picture on the front of a kibble, and you're like, oh, that looks really good. Whether it's a chicken fillet or a juicy piece of steak, you think, oh, that's when they put beef, that's the beef that they put into the food. But in actuality, it's probably not the good cuts of meat that you're thinking that goes into the food, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're 100% right. That so when we think about like the pet food and the evolution of pet food in general, like we start with kibble, like you mentioned, they usually list them as like high quality meat or some other ingredient, but basically it could be just like something that we call 4D, meat, which is dying, disease, disabled, and dead animal bodies that still could go into that, meat category that's been used for kibble and dry food. And it's unfortunate that not a lot of customers they have visibility over that, over like those type of ingredient that goes into the kibble, and also they are used they are made at a very high temperature. So meaning that like at high temperature, a lot of nutritional values they are changing, and a lot of ingredients they lose their nutritional values, and that is the reason that a lot of pet owners these days they either want to like cook for their pet, or we have these new second generation, which is fresh animal based product. But also with a lot of dogs having allergies to animal product, I think that's also not the best option for our lovely pets. And that's why at PawCo Foods, we wanted to create something that we can solve all of those problems. And we started creating the fresh plant-based product. And those are sustainable, very affordable, very tasty. We use AI to optimize our nutrition and the formula and also the taste of our product to be the best option for our lovely dogs.
Yeah, that's really interesting because prior to you reaching out, I haven't even thought about using plant-based food. And you know, obviously, I eat meat, and my dogs eat meat, and I assume that a lot of people buy meat-based products for their dogs, right? And you think of dogs as like a carnivore or a functional carnivore, where they can eat plant based, but in my mind, it's preferable that they get their nutrition from meat based products. So, what do you say to people who are kind of skeptical about not feeding their dogs meat? And, what evidence do you have to kind of back up PawCo?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and we get that question a lot. So the new data shows that dogs are omnivore, meaning that they can get all the nutrients from plant or from meat sources. It's the matter of like having a complete and balanced diet, but it doesn't really matter where the source is. And actually, the new data also shows that dogs on plant-based or vegan diet, they get a lot of like health benefit. They can thrive on this type of diet. And there's a very interesting study that shows that dogs on a plant-based diet, they also get a longevity, like basically they can live a year and a half longer, which is like, in human words, about like 10 years, equal to 10 years. So that longevity part is also another, evidence that the plant-based diet could be a very healthy diet for our lovely dogs. It's just a matter of like really offering all the nutrient, everything that they need to have a very healthy and happy life. And the other factor, as I mentioned, the top three allergen for dogs are actually animal-based product. Chicken and dairy are the top three allergen for dogs. We have a lot of customers that they reach out to us, and they are really like happy, and they are basically call our product godsend product, because their dog had a severe allergies to animal-based product, and they didn't really like yeah, those vegan kibbles that was out there. So like really switching to PawCo has changed a lot in their pet's life. And now their dog has a very happy and healthy life and enjoy really eating a fresh plant-based food.
Interesting. Yeah. I have a golden retriever, and I feel like a lot of golden retrievers, they have an allergy to chicken. I feel like chicken is like one of the biggest
Yes.
allergies. I don't know if it always was this way, but I feel like more and more dogs are allergic to certain foods, and you have to kind of do like an elimination on, what they can eat and cannot eat. And I think a lot of people turn to salmon or fish, but then I'm also not sure about, like, I'm not even sure about the quality of meat of fish that I eat. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that is healthy for our dogs either. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of hesitant on feeding our pets fish. So it sounds like Paco might be a good option for people who have dogs that are severely allergic and they just want to try a different alternative.
Exactly. So we really want to create a variety of product for customers with different needs, like basically some of them they want to just feed their dog all plant-based because like you mentioned, some of the dogs they have severe allergies. Some of them they want to just like add a healthy option as an add-on to their dog's existing diet, so they can just like mix our product. Or we have and like basically another new category of innovative products launching soon, that is for those that are looking for more flexitarian options. Like they want to still feed their dog with the same diet, but they want to like really add some kind of like healthy toppers or mixes, vitamin or mineral to their dog's existing diet. Like us, and we can eat anything, but we want to like add those like supplement or those like salads option to our diet. So it's the same for our lovely pets. And we also, on top of that, we also have another category of product that we recently launched. It's the magic bar, the protein bar for dogs. It's the first protein bar in the market, and it's not just a healthy, it's not just a tasty basically snack or treats. It's also it offer a lot of health benefit and has all the functional ingredients for those dogs with different needs.
Okay. Yeah, and your company sent me over a bunch of that, and I've been sharing it with the company, which is nice. And I can attest, I don't know about the functional ingredients, but I know that my dog Pepper loves those bars. She hears me opening out the box and she's like on the counter, which she's not allowed to be on the counter, but she's just like on the counter wanting the bars. So I can attest that the dogs really love the bars, how they taste.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah. And when did you first enter the pet food industry? What year was that?
We launched our first product 2022, and that was the very first product, the um, fresh food that we launched, and that's based on the green meat technology that we patented and we trademark. So that was the very first, complete and balanced fresh plant-based food made out of the green meat, which is that um, you know. Um, plant-based meat optimized for dogs. And then after that we realized that, like human dogs also, they have different tastes or different needs. So we created different flavors out of that green meat that we created, and we innovated, and we created different flavors out of that. And then after that, we went to the next step and launched our Lux Bite, which is our ultra premium product made with fermented proteins and also postbiotics. Like those concepts are very new in a human world, let alone like in pet sector. But
Yeah.
we want to bring those novel ingredients, those new concepts to pet space as well, because there's always been a lag in that category. But we know they are family members. We want to make sure that they also get the exact same things and get all the health benefit from all of those innovative ingredients as well.
Yeah. And kind of what surprised you when you entered the pet food industry as you did? Because I know when I entered the pet industry in 2011, back then, the industry is always kind of behind with technology. And I tell the story that, up until maybe 5 years ago, people were still faxing in their orders, and we've just been a little bit slow in innovating. So, was that also your experience? And what else did you see in the pet industry that you wanted to kind of change?
Yeah, I think the first thing was the transparency in everything. Like as I mentioned, on the label, for example, and the other thing was, I could see even those big brand still use a not very high quality ingredient, and then there's been only little real R&D work done in this field. Real. We didn't see that much of real innovation in this space, and like exactly you mentioned, um, like basically we are behind in the pet food. Everything that we have in the human food system, still like we are really behind in the pet space. It's catching up. We see like this trend of like humanization in the pet category, which is a huge trend. A lot of pet owners now these days, especially the new generation, they see their dog as their pet, as their not pet actually, like as their lovely kid. They want to like bring the same level of care and basically enjoyment to their lovely pet's life as well. So we see that these days really happening, and they basically want all the fresh food, all the supplement, a lot of like very innovative toys, or like basically technology to have for their lovely pets, which is great, I feel like. Or like a lot of personalization, like those personalized health plan or food plans that a lot of companies these days they offer. But still we are still a little behind the human food system.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned personalization, because I feel like that's what the newer generation of consumers really wants, is a product, whether that's food or toys in my case, that's personalized to them, to their dog, to their needs. And obviously we make mass production, right? We're putting in orders for thousands of products. So how do we kind of convey that this is made for their dog, while also kind of maintaining that scale? So I'm uh, I'm interested to see like how you approach that, and how you kind of convey that this is tailored to your pet when you're making kind of like a big batch of food.
Yeah, great point. So that part, as I mentioned, we are working with board certified animal nutritionists to make sure that we offer a complete and balanced diet, but also we can offer a diet for those that they require special needs, like senior dog puppies. But also we are building our AI platform that allow us to even go beyond that and really offer a personalized plan, and we are building this tool that will help us to, for individual dogs, different breeds, with a specific weight, we can recommend a specific plan, different recipe, different type of products.
Interesting. Yeah, because I have a Dalmatian and they usually have like a high uric acid. So I forget which, is it kidneys? Oh gosh. I can't remember which organ, but they can't process a specific type of acid, and you have to be careful with what they
Exactly.
feed them. And if you could use AI to help mitigate that, that would at least relieve a lot of my stress and my worry for my pet, because I don't want her to get kidney stones, and then because of something that I wasn't aware of, and I unknowingly, let my dog eat something that she's not supposed to, and I don't want to think about that.
No, definitely. I think we definitely should prevent those things that are actually very easy to, by understanding like those possible, for example, health issues. We can really, have the right diet for those type of dogs that maybe they are allergies. They have allergies to some type of like diets, or they are subject to maybe like some kind of like health issues. With the right type of diet can definitely prevent those type of health issues, like maybe like a lower fat diet, lower protein type of diet would be the best one for like a specific breeds, or like dogs with some type of allergies, for example.
Yeah. And are you able to, in your facilities, make smaller batches of food for these specialized diets?
So we do create a lot of different, recipes and formulas. Still not for individual dogs, but as we are, expanding, and as we are also improving this AI platform that we have created, we should very soon be able to really, make those personalized for individual dogs, and that's something that we're working on.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I feel like that would be a pretty big market. And even if it's not individualized, it's kind of specialized for this type of dog. And if your dog is meets the requirements, then you kind of eat this type of food. Yeah, I think that would be a huge market that is kind of untapped, I think.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Let me read more of my questions here. And then, what other trends do you see in the pet and food industry so far?
I think in general, we see a lot of alternative food options like plant based or raw diet,
Mhm.
and functional ingredients. Like these days, we really see how the the diet is related to, um, any type of like, health benefit or health issues that you have in your dogs, like how you can really using this type of functional ingredient to offer gut health, heart health, and like those kind of things, and include those in different, healthy treats, or any kind of like food, so you can really go beyond like just feeding dog, and offer a lot of health benefit through those functional ingredients as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking that some of the trends going into pet could be what is happening in human food right now. In human food, I think there's a lot of talk about seed oils, not
Yeah.
eating seed oils, and probiotics, prebiotics, your gut health. I've been reading that your gut actually controls. just like your whole body, right? If your gut is not healthy, then you have a lot of issues. It could be also it affects your brain, and it affects your like your diabetes and how you process sugar, and all that stuff. I don't know too much about that, but I'm trying to learn to be, overall more healthy. And I feel like, that trend could be seen into what we demand from our pets' food in the next few years as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and especially dogs that they have more sensitive stomach, like they cannot really switch between foods, like that much, like us human. So really, they can benefit a lot from both probiotic and postbiotic, and that really help them with a better digestibility.
Interesting. Yeah, my dog, my Pepper, she when she eats anything out of the ordinary, um, she has like an upset tummy, and her stools are kind of like soft, and she tends
Yeah,
to throw up fairly easily from eating just anything out of the ordinary.
yeah,
So it just, I mean, I'm just afraid to give her any type of extra snacks because I don't know if I give her the snack and then she's gonna throw up. So that's something that really concerns me because I don't want to mess up her
yeah.
system. Yeah.
Yeah, they are definitely very sensitive, but also they are very smart, smarter than human. If something's, like it's not very healthy for them or make their stomach upset, they might eat it the first day, but then the second day they won't eat the food.
That
At
is
PawCo,
true. Yes.
yeah, at PawCo we include probiotic actually in all of our food, fresh and also our shelf stable food options.
Interesting. Yeah. I think she one time she ate a banana off my kid's plate and she didn't it upset her stomach, and then now she doesn't eat bananas anymore.
Oh, wow.
So then I have a golden retriever who eats anything in sight. So it doesn't matter if she gets sick, she'll eat first and deal with that later. So she's not as smart as the Dalmatian. So that's so funny.
They are so funny and cute for sure.
Yeah. And speaking of like AI, like how do you see kind of technology changing the space of pet food industry?
I think that really changed a lot of things. For us, really using AI help us to accelerate our whole processes and really come up with a more optimized recipes. So about like 2 years, we were able to launch 16 different products. And if it was with the traditional method, we really couldn't do this. And with the help of AI, we were really able to create all of these variety of product in a very short period of time, and that really helped us to also save a lot of time cost on all of the trials that we needed to do, but we were able to really accelerate this whole process.
Yeah, can you walk me through like how a trial is? I'm just interested because I work in like a physical product, and my trial is having dogs tear apart my toys. So how does
Yeah.
the trial in dog food go, and how do you measure like how much nutrition is going into a product? I'm very interested.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So everything we do and all our recipe and formula start with the first research and R&D work. Like we brainstorm, we come up with the concept. Why do we need this product? What is the problem that we are trying to solve here? Do a lot of research, R&D work, and also a lot of nutritional science. Like a lot of lab testing, that we send our product to the lab, make sure that we are really, exceeding the AFCO's requirement, as I mentioned, like if we need like specific protein level, fat level, moisture, and all of that. And we need to make sure that we are matching all of those in our product. And then we start like a lot of, palatability testing, digestibility testing, and make sure that we have the taste, we have the nutrition, we have all of like those health aspects, and we review all of those with board certified animal nutritionists. If we need to optimize it with our AI platform, we do that to make sure that we can still, go beyond what we created, and optimize the nutrition, the palatability, and all of those aspects, and ensure the safety and efficacy of the product, all of those. Um, and that's when we start doing the larger scale batch testing, and again do the nutrition testing of the large scale batch of the product, and from there we start launching the product.
Interesting. Really cool. Yeah, when I think of digestive testing, I just think of, you looking at dogs' poops and seeing what's comes out, what's left.
But that those kind of like like tests are also included in the digestibility test, and you also have the palatability test that it's different than the way that we do in human world, like different sensory testing that we do in human world. It's easier because you can really communicate with other people, but for dogs, for pets in general, we design it in a different way to see which food is the one that they prefer, or which one is the one that they really like more, or if they do dislike it, this, for example, food. We really need to design it in a way to make sure that we get a very clear signal and result coming out of all of those tests.
Right, because they can't tell you, "Oh, I don't like that because it doesn't smell good," or
Exactly.
"I don't like it because the texture is not good." You're just gonna have to guess why they don't like it and how to make it better.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I'm sure that's like a very fun test for you guys. And how do you feel as running and starting a pet brand as a female founder? How do you feel about the industry as a whole?
I think these days I feel more empowering, but in general, it can also be challenging. Like in all different industry, it's kind of like the same. Still, we are the minority. We need to really work harder. But I'm so proud of the team that we built here at PawCo Foods. Most of them were also, women, and they are in the leadership level, and we are really excited to reshape the whole pet food industry, and create a better, more sustainable, healthier food option in the market.
Yeah, I agree. And most of my team is also women. And I just feel like, it's a nurturing environment. And I love the pet industry because everyone is so fun and
Yeah,
laid back. And we all care
yeah,
about pets. And that's how you got into the industry. And that's how I got into the industry as well, is because we care about our pets. We want to make better products for our pets,
definitely.
and I think that really just brings the best type of people into the industry. Like, of course, you want to make money, but that's not the main reason why we got into an industry. So I really love working with the people in the pet industry, and so nice to see women also breaking through and succeeding in the industry. I think, especially in the pet industry, well, I mean, I've only worked in the pet industry, but we are very welcoming to women, and I've never really felt any like I was lacking in any way, and people have always supported my success. And I think that's one reason why I started a Dog Mom podcast, is to highlight the. I mean, I have other men on, dog dads too. Hey, I don't discriminate, but just to highlight the stories of other dog moms, and it's really nice to have you on the show. And if you have anything, another topic that you want to talk about, or like an ending topic, we can go through that now. I think you. I think you also offered a custom code, so you can talk about that too, or I have it right here if you want me to talk about it.
Yeah. So please, your followers, your audience, if you want to learn more about us PawCo Foods, please check our website, mypawco.com. And this week we are celebrating our 4th year anniversary at PawCo, and we have a special discount and promotion. And we have one special for your audience with a special code. PAWZIC65, and that 65% discount for the first order, and also a free treat or toppers. So please check our website and make sure that you get that discount.
Yeah, and I'll add it to the video description below as well. And I haven't checked out your food, so I think I want to check it out, especially for my Dalmatian because she's got a very sensitive tummy. So I want to see how it does for her. But personally, can vouch for the magic bars. I think her favorite is, I can't remember which flavor, but I think it has the peanut butter one, is the orange one. The
Yeah.
orange box? Okay, so she likes the orange box the best.
That's amazing. Like it's the same for PawCo. So we call him the chief pet officer at PawCo Foods, and he does all the food tasting. He's the first one doing all of those, and his favorite treat is actually the magic bar, and he loves all of those different SKUs and different flavors.
Yeah, no, we definitely love it. We still have a few at home, so I'm just trying to like give it to them at when they're being really good. When they're being bad, I'm like, you don't get a magic bar.
I love that. Thank you for trying our food, and please let us know if you want us to send you any samples. We will love to send you samples. So if you want to like choose between those, you can test them with your lovely
Oh,
dogs.
yeah, I mean, I will purchase just to support you guys, so don't worry about that. So thank you so much, Masa, for being on the Dog Mom podcast, and wish you all the best. And if you go to Super Zoo next month, I would love to see you there.
Yeah, we are there. Your PawCo team is actually going to be there, and we do have a happy hour. We will
Okay. Okay, well, say no more. You say happy hour, I'm there. So I'll see you there.
love to see you soon. And thank you for supporting all the women founders. I appreciate that, and lovely meeting you. And hope to see you soon in the happy hour.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.